Yo, 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 welcome back to our sports podcast. Potentially the last episode, as the new name is changing from our sports podcast to my sports podcast. Due to unforeseen circumstances, Matt is taking a indefinite leave of absence, leaving me with full creative control over a public forum, and surely this will be the biggest mistake he ever made in his life. Now, first order of business. As the leader of my sports podcast, we are going to deviate from sports with a short story called The Great Hunger. In 1845, a fungus-like organism called Phytophthora infestans, or P. infestans, spread rapidly throughout the country near the UK called Ireland. The infestation ruined up to 1/2 of the potato crop that year and about 3/4 of the crop over the next 7 years. Beginning in 1845, the Irish potato famine struck food drought for the country for years. And before it ended in 1852, the potato famine resulted in the death of roughly 1 million Irish. I didn't know people actually died from this. I should probably joke about this a lot less, seeing how many people have died from the Irish potato famine. Okay, moving on to something potentially less problematic. I would like to speak upon another issue that I feel needs more attention brought to it, and that is throughout her life from 1880 to 1968, Helen Keller, notorious villain, blind and deaf woman, accomplished many things a normal human could not. And we are going to talk about why she is a fraud. The first instance I would like to speak about is that she was able to understand multiple languages. I simply do not believe this, because I can understand potentially getting to one language and having a fundamental understanding of Braille in one language. Actually, I could believe this one. Hold on, never mind. This isn't believable. However, I do not believe that she would be able to fly a plane. You're correct. You heard me correctly. Helen Keller flew a plane by herself for 30 seconds. Do you know what happened if I flew a plane alone by 30 seconds? Probably the same instance. Okay, maybe she did this. Okay, hold on. Okay, Helen Keller had really good handwriting. And you could say, it's muscle memory. I don't know if you've seen my handwriting, but I can see what I'm doing, and it's horrible. Also, she graduated from college, so she has a degree. Therefore, this eliminates one of my friend Mike's degree. So instead of he having 2, he can now only have 1, because this immediately nullifies that. But the one problem that I did have is that she wrote 12 books. I don't know how someone of this capability can write 12 books. I mean, maybe she could. I think it's actually, the more I look into this, the more, okay, I'm going to move on from the Helen Keller thing. Moving on. On January 28th, 2001, unfortunately, the Baltimore Ravens beat the New York Giants in the Super Bowl 34-7. Following that, 2 days later, Paul McCartney is dead. The current one you're aware of is a fraud. I promise. Question. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Birds aren't real. They are government drones sent to spy on you. We interrupt this podcast with a breaking news from Avatar Studios. Paramount and Avatar Studios' first 3 animated Avatar movies coming to theaters. First off, the Kyoshi movie coming in 2024, followed by the movie starring Prince Zuko in 2025. Capped off with a final story from the Avatar Korra in 2026. That is it for your breaking news. The Eagles ruined their logo. Jack Harlow looks like he sniffs seats after girls stand up from them. Khalil Mack will never love you. Khalil Mack will never love you. Khalil Mack will never love you. Okay. So I've listened over what I've recorded so far. And I realize this is my first week of living alone. I promise you I have not gone insane. Now, to juxtapose what I just said, I'm going to discuss my thought pattern for when GTA 6 will be released. During this segment, we will be covering a time frame starting in 2011. In 2011, Rockstar, a creature of habit, a company of repeating things, revealed Grand Theft Auto 5, becoming immediately one of the most successful selling games, award-winning franchise, and one of the most everlasting games almost 10 years later to this day, almost as popular as ever. In 2011, it was revealed. In 2013, it was released on consoles. You're able to purchase it for the first time. In 2013, GTA Online released. So we're following the same platform where everything gets rolled out in 1 year. And then in 2013, GTA 5 Online heists get delayed. Next step, 2013. I believe Grand Theft Auto 6 started in development. They continue the high of 2013's success of selling GTA 5, and they move on, and they create a Grand Theft Auto 5 remaster in 2014, and then the new console that comes out in 2014. So that's your second purchase of the vehicle of the game. In 2015, Grand Theft Auto 5 puts his third purchase available out for the PC release. Now, with this PC release, Grand Theft Auto 5 also releases online heists. Boom! Grand Theft 5 explodes. Grand Theft Auto 5 explodes. It becomes the biggest thing in gaming ever. Because of this, in the next 2 years, Grand Theft Auto 5 Online makes $1 billion in sales, and Grand Theft Auto itself makes $2 billion in sales. During this time, 2016, Red Dead Redemption 2 gets revealed. So, there's 3 years in that time frame from when the game was released until a new game was revealed. And prior to that, the individual game, there's a 2-year gap from when GTA 5 was released to when it was revealed. So, that was 2011 to 2013. It got revealed and then released. Now, the next step in the process. 2016, Red Dead gets revealed. 2018, Red Dead is released. During the online GTA 5 boom, I believe GTA 6 stops because of GTA Online success, and they want to reattribute their resources to the ongoing incredible aftermarket that GTA 5 created. Then, in 2018, after the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 6 starts again because they're able to finally allocate all the proper resources. This is when GTA 5 Online makes $4 billion and overtakes the success financially of GTA 5 itself. This creates a whole new world where GTA 6 has to be reworked entirely. The original plan for GTA 6 was 1990s Vice City, but it's 2018. We need everything to be incredibly modern. There's no online, there's no culture. The online is the biggest part and the biggest seller. Biggest things coming out, the streaming world right now, it's booming. You have to be able to have connectivity with other people at a better rate than online previously did. So, originally 1990s Vice City, boom, moving into modern / future time Vice City and other places. In 2019, Red Dead 2 gets its PC release, meaning its second buy. So, creatures of habit giving you multiple opportunities to buy it on multiple platforms. Then, in 2019, Rockstar has an interview. They say they basically had to remake Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, surpass 2013, in order to include the modern things to keep up with the culture, with demand in gaming, and online created a new wave. I believe that this instance created a panic in Rockstar because they were going to falter from their 3-year plan to release another game afterwards. Because previously, they had gone 2 years from reveal to release, and then 3 years of game, and then 2 years from reveal to release, and then 3 years of game. But they had nothing lined up for 2021. So they panicked. They hired a third company to make the Grand Theft Auto Deluxe Edition remakes to fill the void. That same year, the new console generation comes out. That's your fourth buy of Grand Theft Auto and your third buy of Red Dead Redemption. Later that year, the Deluxe Edition remakes were released and revealed. So that's your remake of Grand Theft Auto 4, San Andreas, and Vice City. Now, in 2022, current year, we are not in a world where there is a new game that has been released. So, we believe Rockstar, creature of habit, are we going to be making a reveal? And they did do that. They did tweet earlier this year that Grand Theft Auto 6 is in production. There's not been an official trailer or anything like that, but it has been revealed that it is in progress. This same year, Grand Theft Auto 5 has made over $7 billion in total, becoming one of the most successful, if not the most successful video game of all time. And following previous track records, it would be 2 years from reveal date to release date. Meaning, in 2024, we will get the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, marking the next step in video game history. I would like to thank all of you for coming to my TED Talk on why I am knowledgeable about the GTA 6 release date. Now, moving on to pop culture. Elon Musk, am I right, guys? Yeah. He's all like out there and doing stuff. Hashtag I'm relatable. Also, why are capybaras literally everywhere on social media? No matter what I do, all I see is capybaras. They keep playing the pull up at the after party song, but there's only capybaras. I don't get it. They're an Australian little rat thing. I don't know where they came from. I just want an explanation. I mean, I get that they're kind of cute and stuff, but like, what are they, like, how, they can't pull up, they can't drive. How are they going to parties? They are not drinking Bacardi because they're marsupials. I don't get it. I need assistance from someone. So recently I saw my friend Alex. I went to Northern Virginia. We went to a brewery. And we got him a little dad outfit because he recently became a father with what's almost been half a year now. And his son Apollo is a very, very good lad. And we got him a whole little outfit with New Balance shoes, lime green fanny pack, rad dad shirt. And I hate to say how good he looked, but man, did he fill that out. It's a good looking man. It's a good looking dad. He did have problems on that day though, and I watched like 8 movies waiting for him because he drove in traffic on Memorial Day. We should have realized this, that it was going to be a really bad idea to coordinate travel on one of the busiest holidays in the month and in that part of the year. But nonetheless, I saw the baby child. He's a good child. Yeah. One thing that's been happening to me recently is I keep thinking I'm discovering songs and then slowly finding out afterwards that the reason I found them is because YouTube put them to me because they are TikTok songs. And there's nothing I hate more in life than liking something and finding out that TikTok has a hand in it. I recently discovered a very nice Rihanna song. And apparently it's a very large TikTok trend and I will not stand for it. Outside of that, I've been recently listening to Rex Orange County, Vince Staples, and Rihanna. Drake just released an album. I have not listened to it. The Kendrick Lamar album upsets me because he goes, "Yeah, baby." And also there's a song for the entirety of the song. It is just 2 individuals having a domestic argument. And I understand that is supposedly social commentary. But it's just kind of annoying and breaks up the album in my opinion. And that is coming from me, who I listened to 75% of the album over a 3-day span. So obviously my opinion is the best. Yeah, baby. I just saw another capybara video. And once again, he was pulling up at the after party. Should anything change, I will let you know in the future. Okay, I'm watching another video. It's like 30 capybaras, and they're eating a watermelon, and it's like sped up, and it's to the music, and it's actually kind of cute. I think I'm on the capybara trend. Oh, they have a pumpkin now. The 30 capybaras are now attacking the pumpkin. Some of them are being interviewed. They did not have much to say. Okay, now after that, I'm going to move into the daily challenge on GeoGuessr. So I'm loading in. You're not going to have any visuals, but I want you to have the audio experience. So this is a Cyrillic language. I'm in a very arid area. That means there's not a lot of vegetation is what that means, guys, by the way. I'm clicking one way and it's going the opposite, so that's upsetting me. This looks very dystopian. There's a really cool statue of like arrows pointing into the sky. However, this looks like a bit of a waste town. There's not much going here. It's low-key very deserty, but it's in Cyrillic. So I'm going to go in between Greece and Ukraine, which will leave me in Bulgaria. And I'm going to go southern Bulgaria because of how dry it is in one of the dry patches on the map here. So it was Kyrgyzstan, which makes more sense. So this is also another very arid area. It seems to be in some sort of wall. This looks like the Roman Amphitheater. I'm not sure if that's what this is, but there is a theater, but there's not a significant amount of tourism here. So let me come back out onto the road. This is a very dry area. There's a Jeep here. I'm kind of trapped within this amphitheater. Hold on, I see children. These children have been following the Google car for a while now. They look South American. My Rome idea is off the table. I'm going Uruguay. It was Jordan. Okay, this one, I'm going South Africa. It was Brazil. Last one. I can't be bothered. Ireland. It was Latvia. Not bad. There's one more. Oops. I'm going Luxembourg. It was Austria, but it was very close to Luxembourg. That counts for me. I'm going to view my summary. I got less than 5,000 points, which if I spent any time on any of them, I might have been able to get in one round. This is not a good day for me and GeoGuessr. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Now I'm going to be covering 50 famously misunderstood song lyrics. I'm going to start off with Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Apparently people here hold me closer, Tony Danza, when it is actually hold me closer, Tiny Dancer. I think we knew that. This one, I don't believe this one, but I will say it for the sake of the podcast. We built this city by Starship. Apparently people here, we built this city on sausage rolls. When we all know that the song lyric is we built this city on rock and roll. And another song that I don't think people believe this one either, is give me the Beach Boys and free my soul. Wanna get lost, they rock and roll and drift away. People think it says Beach Boys. It's very obviously Beat Boys. Why would he say the Beach Boys? You cannot obtain the Beach Boys. They are a being. They are alive. You cannot own other people. Here's another one from Blank Space for Taylor Swift, which I actually have a contention for. People mishear the lyrics saying all the lonely Starbucks lovers, when the real lyrics are got a long list of ex-lovers. Now the true misheard lyric in this is people often say that they believe this has got a long list of sex lovers. So this is kind of, I believe, just a little bit of media washout. This is some yellow journalism here. That one's so stupid I'm not even going to cover it. This one is from Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. And people mishear it saying, I like big butts in a can of limes. In a can of limes. I'm not even going to finish that one. I've never heard of that song. This one is egregious. The song is Waterfalls by TLC. People mishear the lyrics as Don't Go Jason Waterfalls. You have to be some sort of brain dead to think that this says Jason Waterfalls instead of Chasing Waterfalls. Some of these are just so ridiculous that I don't know what to say. I'm gonna go. Oh my God, why is old music lyrics just so boring? Okay, here's a good one from Madonna for Like a Virgin. The song is like a virgin, where it's like about a virgin, right? Who like hasn't had like relations, right? So people mishear the lyric and they say, like a virgin touched for the 31st time. So that inherently doesn't make sense with the theme of the song. Like a virgin, if they were touched for the first time, which is what the lyric says, it makes radically more sense. And then this next one is an internet thing that I do not like, where it's the NSYNC song, It's Gonna Be Me, and they're like, it's gonna be May, and they post that on the 1st of May, and it's a really unique thing that happens every year that no one's ever made the joke ever before of all time. It's like when it's January 1st and you're like, wow, I haven't showered since last year. And you're like, yeah, maybe you should because you smell like shit. So, Blurred Lines, that controversial song by Robin Thicke. People think that this says mushrooms are nasty when it says must want to get nasty. I don't know how to respond to that. So I'm looking, and there's a lot of songs on here that I don't really know. Oh, here's a good song by Far East Movement, Like a G6. The song is called Like a G6, but people think it says like a cheese stick. But the song is called Like a G6. Like the G6 are like planes, but apparently they're not real planes, but they're faster than a G4 plane. But like, you got to understand that the song is like a G6 and not like a cheese stick. And it says, I'm so fly like a cheese stick. Like, that doesn't make sense. So like, if they would be fly, they would be like a cheese stick can't fly. I'm going to try to find one more good one because they're kind of like all stupid now. Oh, this one's kind of racist, by Billy Joel. People think that it's by the Piano Man. People think that it's sing a song for the yellow man. I don't know where you get that. It's very obviously is a sing us a song, you're the piano man. That's what it's saying. I'm gonna end there. There's many more left. Oh, actually, I just read this one, and this one's really funny, and I think that this would be a better version than the current song. So there's the song Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, and I believe that Bake It Off would be a better version, and because this misheard lyric is, and the baker's gonna bake, 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 bake. I like this one more, because it can be used in like really cool cooking shows, when currently all the song now is just really annoying. And I think that this would add another layer to the song. Thank you for listening to me talk about the 50 misheard lyrics of all time. I am actually tired from how dead I tried to sound saying all that. Oh my God. While I have your attention, I have some information that I'd like to disclose about the Ruyang Hotel. in North Korea because I find North Korean architecture very interesting. So the Ryung Hotel, if you're unfamiliar, is kind of the shape of a rocket ship. It is 1,000 feet tall, and in 1986, it cost about $750 million to try to start completion. So it's a very large rocket ship-shaped building in the middle of Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea. But the problem was that they ran out of money. So the reason for the Ryung Hotel's conception to begin with is that South Korean builders built the largest and tallest hotel in Singapore. I believe it was a Westin. It was a very tall building. And North Korea was like, no, don't do that. That's bad. Now we look bad. So they were like, let's make a bigger one. So they did that. And then in the middle of this, China and Soviet Russia were all like, oh no, we're like collapsing. We're running out of money and stuff. So then North Korea didn't have any money because they don't do any importing or exporting, and they just treat their civilians horribly. So they're a very poor country. So at the time when they spent 2% of their GDP, which was $750 million, which if it was in the United States' hands today, it would be roughly to the tune of like $400 trillion or something like that, is what we spent 2% of our GDP. That's probably inaccurate. No, it's not trillion, it's billion. 400 billion, I think. I don't know, I'm talking out of my ass. However, it's a significant amount of money. It's billion, I'm pretty sure, actually. You're right. I'm right. It's 400 billion. So yeah, they basically spent current day US $400 billion on a hotel, and then they lost all their money in 1987 and they had to stop. So basically they didn't do anything with it until in 2008. They were like, yeah, sure, let me do this again. So they started rebuilding it, because previously they would airbrush it out of photos because it was just like a giant rock because it was only concrete and it had served no purpose, and it's technically been the largest uninhabited building in history, and it's the 63rd largest, tallest building. So it's kind of cool that it's just like a big eyesore that nobody even likes. But in 2008, they were like, let's put windows on it. So they put windows on it, and then in 2013, they added LED screens. So now it's like the world's largest propaganda piece. It'll play like North Korean favorable media and like messages and stuff. Yeah, and they planned to in 2008 to like, hey, let's reopen it, but it's still empty, and there's nothing on the inside now, still either. But it does have cool like lights and stuff. So that's the Ryong Hotel in Pyongyang. It's like really cool. I recommend looking up if you're curious how to spell it. Hold on, it's RYUGYONG Hotel. It's pretty cool. So after my final little speech there about the Ryong Hotel, I've realized that I haven't talked about any sports in this podcast, and this is supposed to be my sports podcast. But this is what I see in the sports world. A.J. Brown is a villain. Traylon Burks has asthma. Marcus Mariota will do great things. The Ravens are annoying. I do not like the Eagles. I used to like the Eagles until the day of the draft. And during the day of the draft, right after I found out that someone in Mission, Texas, which is on the border of Texas and a Domino's, stole $150 of my dollars and stole my identity and had a really good pizza night on my dime, I found out that A.J. Brown got traded to the Eagles just because he wanted too much money. So now I don't like the Eagles, and their logo sucks. I don't mind the logo. It's just it's cool to hate the minimalized logos and stuff now. But I think I'm okay with it. I'm sorry, I fell asleep because I was thinking of the Bears. I'm funny. That's funny. And I was actually wanting to do the podcast, but now Matt can't for legal reasons, and that's not a joke. For legal reasons, everything I have said previously and thus far is satirical and is not real and is a joke, except for when I believed Helen Keller was a fraud. And see, that also is included in the part where it's a joke and it's not legally ramifications. If you want to sue me, you can reach me at michaelryanduffy@gmail.com. If you want to hang out with me, you can reach me at michaelryanduffy@gmail.com. If you are a beautiful woman, you can reach me at christianferris@yahoo.com. I still use Yahoo because I think it's reason. It's everything. I still have everything set up to Yahoo, except for my Club Penguin account. They recently got rid of Club Penguin Rewritten because Disney is a horrible little demon cult. And again, that falls into the section of that was a joke. I'm going to stop word vomiting now. It's a shame. I wanted to start doing the podcast, but now Matt can't. So potentially for the last time. My name is Potentially Christian, unless you are wanting to have any legal ramifications for what I've said. And thank you for listening to the podcast.